Hey everyone, welcome to Chip's PC Lounge for a video today. It's been a long time. Drip's having a good day, so I figured I'd fire up the old recorder and talk about Drip for a second, what's gone on a little bit lately, and where we're going. But first of all, I've just hydrated and I should have hit, let's wait for it to load up, 700. So this is exciting on my main account here. Just waiting for it to load up. There we go, 700 drip in my account now. So that's giving me 7 drip a day, which right now is around $6.30 a day. But yeah, I wanted to talk about drip. I wanted to talk about my idea that I came up with and posted in Telegram for people to have a look at. And it's all about drip sustainability into the future. But right now, I want to just have a look at the tax fall situation and see where we are, because today the community has been pumping the tax fault, and the buys from PancakeSwap are also in here, and the sells obviously as well. But the tax vault is currently at 302,000, so that's pumped up really fast today. You can see it's not been this high since April the 27th. The tax vault has not been this full since April the 27th. So this is really bullish for at least the short term. The tax vault's highest peak was somewhere around here, 864,000. But we have a lot more tokens now. As you can see, we've minted from 1 million all the way up to 5.39 million. So seeing the tax vault filling up is really cool, and that's what you want to see for future price appreciation for drip. We can't deny that we've been on a downtrend for a while now. That this looks great here on the hourly chart, but if we zoom out, you can see since basically the start of the year, we have been just coming down and down. And as time's gone by, the token started to mint as well, which wasn't obviously ideal. So at the root of everything drip does in the future, we need to be taking supply out of circulation and sticking it into the tax vault, because that's a double win. You're taking drip, putting it in there. If it's freshly bought, it comes out the LP pools. Now people say minting doesn't affect the price, and it doesn't straight away. So when you claim, if it's minted claimed, it'll go in your wallet, but it's not until it comes into these LP pools, so the native decks or this one, where it starts to affect the price. So you can see here there's 2,437,000 drip in the PancakeSwap pool, and there is currently 941,000 in the native deck. So overall, it's around 3.3 million drip in the pools to be bought, and what we're hoping for is Forex is going to unleash sometime next month or into February some utility that's going to really help us with our cause. So I wanted to run through my idea. Now, I've been keeping an eye on the drip injection wallet. So this is the wallet that Forex uses to take drip from the animal farm. So on the animal farm, there is a pool, a farm, should I say, the drip BUSD pool here, and there's a 1% in fee and a 2% out fee, and that collects the drip LP. And Forex now, what it does is that gets split up. The drip goes straight into the faucet, but he does that manually. He's got to, at the minute anyway, he's got to manually put that into the faucet contract or the tax vault, and the BUSD buys drip and goes into the tax vault as well. So it is a bullish thing, and it's an income stream, but a small one right now. Here we are. Right. So I've took all the transactions that I've bought drip, and I've just logged the dollar amounts here. So the first one was pretty big because that was, a few days after launch, and you had a lot of volume those first few days. But you can see over time, these last few were quite far apart. So it looks like it's grown a little bit, but these last two were like 30 days away from each other or something like that. But anyway, it doesn't matter because I figured out the daily amount that's gone in and out of on average is $724. So that's the amount of drip on average per day that's been bought since Animal Farm launched. And I was thinking, while it's helpful, it's long term not that much, especially when you've got Scratch coming up. So Scratch is going to probably be a lot bigger and buy a lot more drip. So my idea that I put in the drip telegram, and it's been passed on to the admin dev group, I believe, thanks to Tenshin Ant Girl, is my idea is that we take the BUSD and rather than buy drip straight away with it, we actually start a drip treasury with that, similar to what happens on PancakeSwap with the Animal Farm things, where they earn cake on all the LP tokens, but this time we'll be using that BUSD to rather get in the cake pool, or into the LP pools and have a drip treasury. So it could be like the cake BNB, or because there's a lock in the main one, but basically do something very similar where we have a drip treasury that the BUSD will buy the cake LP or the cake or whatever option Forex would prefer, and we build up a big pot of money every day over time, that in a year and a half, 2 years, there's going to be a big lot of money there making a yield that we can use for buybacks and burning into the tax vault. For me, long term, that'd be much better because we can build this up while we've got utility coming up now. Because eventually, while it'll have a big launch and all that kind of stuff, over time it might dwindle off a bit, and then we can have this ready to go after, where we're just building up a pot of LP or drip that can be put into the tax vault. And this is what I think would be really bullish, because we're using PancakeSwap anyway. So we've got let's go on PancakeSwap right now. So this is what I'm proposing. I might not be saying this very good. We rather use the pool, or we use one of these to get cake LP tokens, and this will be our drip treasury that will build up, and we earn the yield, and that yield is what buys back the drip. And because every week we're going to be putting, $700 in there, $1,000, whatever it's going to be, there'll be times where it's more, times where it's less. Every week it'll grow, so every week our yield in cake is always going to go up. And on top of that, cake is at a low right now. If we look at the cake chart, on the dailies, you'll see it's pretty much at one of its lowest points it's been for a long time, at $3.10, $3.18. It has been a little bit lower, but we're kind of near the bottom. So imagine if cake goes up to like $30, $40 again, its all-time high, $42. Suddenly your drip treasury is just done a 10x. That's producing cake that you sell and you buy your drip. This is what I think would be really bullish and another utility for drip. It's not an instant win. It's a long play, long term, but I think over time you'll get more drip in the tax vault this way, and exponentially more as well, because you're growing all the time and buying back the drip, putting it in the vault, and that's what I think would be a really bullish play. I'm sure Forex would be able to figure out exactly where he'd put it, in terms of which pool, which farm, whatever. But I think it brings another income stream to drip. You still have the drip side of the LP from Animal Farm instantly going to the vault, so you're still getting a bit of that as well. So it's not like you're getting nothing from it. And then we're building this for the future because it's all about future sustainability, and that's where I think we can really, think ahead and get things really moving. So, especially while we're at the bottom of or close to the bottom in this bear market, it might go down a Bitcoin to 12, but we're in a position where you can build something right now. Drip is pegged to BNB, so there's that kind of swing as well. It's going to happen in the future at some point. But yeah, I really would like to see, a drip treasury style thing because I think we'll get a lot more out of it in the long run, and especially while Scratch is going off, because Scratch is going to buy back a lot of drip anyway. And then, for whatever reason, in the future we've got a bit of a downturn again. We've got this treasury going off, building every day. Even if you want to use the yield every week to claim and buy drip, the next week after it's most likely going to be a little bit more, and the week after a little bit more. And imagine in like 2 years, because at the minute if it's doing $724 a day, this is the number I come up for every year. So this is how much it would contribute to drip. So imagine that's your treasury in a year's time instead, and that's pumped because this would be assumed cake stays the same price. Imagine you have in a year's time. Let's go 365. You have this if cake stays the same, and then 40% APY, whatever Forex can get. Imagine if times this by, I know, cake does a 10x. Suddenly you've got 2.6 million in there, earning a 40% yield. And that would give you, a million into the drip pot every year, growing as well. Because we don't think cake's going to go much lower. It might go back into like the late twos, but we're at the bottom of this bear market now, so the drip potential here could be crazy. And then in 2 years, think how much bigger it could be, and how much more drip you're going to be buying back, dollar-wise. So yeah, this is just something I was thinking about, and we need to think about ideas about how we can make drips more sustainable, how it's not going to hurt the animal farm tokens, because I'm seeing a lot of, it's used the pigpen yield for this, that, and the other, which I don't think Forex would want to do. And this is a way I think we can have a drip treasury of our own. And, we could also do raises, competitions that go towards it, and we can bump it up ourselves, just like we've done with the tax vault lately. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, my idea. Hopefully I've explained it decent, but if not, ask questions. I'll try and answer them. I'm not the best at speech, but I'm really pleased that Drip's pumping today. Got plenty to look forward to. Hopefully in February time, when everything starts to get released. But I believe development for a lot of the stuff is 3 weeks away, according to what Forex said in the AMAs. So, Drip could be turning the corner. Maybe it's just a little pump and it'll sell off again, but we don't know just yet. But hopefully, you're seeing a look at this buys in the last 24 hours. Suddenly, you're seeing it start to turn a little bit. So it could be really good. I've also got my second account going as well, so I'm really pleased with that. That's just got over 100 drip tokens in there. So slowly getting towards 1,000. This really helped me out in the summer when drip was between $7 and $20, whatever it is, to get by. So I'm always going to be grateful for drip. And yeah, really pleased with that. I'm also in a new drip team with my second account. I'm going to leave a link or an address in the description. I'm in a really great team. We have a Telegram, all about Drip Network Telegram, and there's airdrops, there's games, there's prize prediction contests, and it's a really good little group that I really enjoy being part of. And Crypto Obsession's a really great team leader. So if you do want to get into Drip, consider joining his team. He'll look after you really well, and any questions on Drip or on crypto in general is really a good guy to talk to. So yeah, please do that if you're interested in joining Drip. I don't have the brief, so that's why I'm not shilling my own. Although I do have someone that joined, so whoever you are, thank you, but I don't know who you are, and I'm sorry if I've not airdropped you, but yeah, I will at some point get brief and start myself. So yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Hopefully you've all had a nice Christmas and a happy New Year. So see you hopefully on a video sooner than later.